I take the pleasure to introduce world-renowned hypnotherapist and NLP trainer, award-winning coach, best-selling author, presenter, award-winning speaker, developer of Cognitive Reprogramming, Jimmy Petruzzi. We trust you will enjoy the following seminar. For information on free resources and details of forthcoming events, please visit our website, www.nlp-trainingcourses.com.
I was on a train a couple of months ago and I was travelling from Manchester, England to London, England. And some beautiful countryside. It was a beautiful summer's day and some beautiful countryside. Lovely journey. It's a beautiful journey. If you've done that journey before, there's certain parts where it's nice and green and it was a beautiful summer's day. And behind me there was a family chatting away and I was doing a bit of preparation. I was going to do a seminar in London. And I overheard their conversation and it was a beautiful day, it was a beautiful sunny day, a blue sky. And the child said to the parents, "Why is the sky blue?" And he asked that 3 or 4 times, "Why is the sky blue?" And the parents dismissed what he was saying. Well, it just is. What a silly question to ask, the parents said. And I thought, actually, as it happens, it's a great question. It's a phenomenal question. Why is the sky blue? Do you know why the sky is blue? Now, not many people do know why the sky is blue. In my mind, I felt that a better response would have been, it's not me who have to tell people how they should and shouldn't bring up their children. I'm sure they're good parents overall, yet all that said and done. A good response to me would have been, let's go look it up afterwards, or maybe you can be the first person to find out. Sometimes I think as adults and parents, and we underestimate the learning capacity of young people. And young people in the future, young people are our future, and I think it's really important that we lead by example. Now, many years ago when I was working in football at the very highest level, I still work as a consultant now for many top footballers and a stable of players I work with and consult. Many years ago, I had a situation where a football manager I was consulting at the time, he phoned me up, and when he phoned me up he says, "Jim, I'm in a bit of a frenzy here. We've got a big game, big cup game tomorrow. We're playing a team in a much higher league than what we are. And we've got a few injuries, suspensions, there's a flu, and a few players are out. I don't know what to do. We're gone before we begin. We can't go in the fixture, so what do we do?" And I said to him, what you can do is hang up the phone and call me in an hour and think of what you said. Because in my mind, there's 2 ways to see the situation. You either are the victim or you are the winner. Now, you've got an opportunity to play a team in a much higher league to test yourself. Yeah, of course, life throws you challenges. Things don't always go the way you want to go. Yet, he's focusing purely on the situation as it was. And he calls back in an hour and he says, "Jim, I've got a fantastic opportunity. I can play the young players. There's no pressure on us. The pressure's all on them. They're a much higher league team. What a great chance we've got to express ourselves and assert ourselves and make a name for ourselves." And can you see the difference? You see what a difference it makes, our mentality, our mindset, if we can shift ourselves from being the victim to a winner. Everyone likes a good moan. I like a good moan myself sometimes, yet the key is not to stay there. I have a rule as a coach: get it off your chest. 10% moan, 90% solution. So 10% problem, 90% solution. Some people like to stay the other way around. It's their call. I suppose it's to a point, the way the brain works, it sort of activates and acts on threats and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go into too much detail because time permitting. Yet, in saying that, biologically, psychologically, sociologically, we are who we are, and yeah, there's many factors that contribute to our mindset. Yet, there's a point in our life we can make a choice, how we see the world and what we do and how we go about doing things. And of course, emotion plays a big part in our behaviour, in our process, our thought process, and there's a link between our thoughts, our emotion, our behaviours and our physiology, and we can work on various areas to get ourselves to the most optimum level. Yeah, life is not as easy, we've got various challenges, and obviously genetic plays a part too. How much genetic plays a part is beyond me and beyond a lot of people's guess, yet in saying that, genes play a part physiologically, eye colour, hair colour, so on and so forth. No doubt the mind, brain, genetically has got various dispositions, and we see people with illnesses. We see some people smoke 100 cigarettes a day and they never get cancer, and some people don't smoke at all. They passively smoke and they get cancer. I'm not condoning smoking, I'm just saying we all know that situation. Of course, smoking is going to give you a good chance of getting it. And same as any other condition, yet he's saying that there are genetic dispositions, and no doubt for the mind as well. There has to be, one would think. How much we don't know. It's anybody's guess. I'm sure in the future of technology we'll know more. So there's a biological aspect to it, a psychological aspect to it as well. You can win the lottery and have the best family in the world and the best parents in the world, and we don't choose our parents. That's not to say your parents aren't great. I'm sure they are, and I'm sure most people's parents are. Yeah, all that's said and done, we don't choose our upbringing to a certain point. Some people, you could argue, have been brought up in the way we understand psychology better than others, but then we've got a choice at a certain point in our life. And of course, our social group, our values and beliefs, we don't choose them entirely, in the sense that a lot of them we inherit at an early age, where we don't have filters to challenge that. Yet all that said and done, there is a point that we can make and define ourselves and make conscious choices for ourselves to move forward, and we've all got a choice to do that. And it's not about acceptance for me as resignation, acceptance that this is where we are and this is what we're going to move forward. And for me, I like it to go into a party. You know, you go to a party and you got a choice. You go to that party, it's not what you expected it. You can either make hay while the sun shines, enjoy yourself, make the most of it, or you can sit there and be miserable. Life, we're born, we live, and we die. Simple as that. And emotions for me, an important part, a big part. Imagine a world with no emotion. Imagine you had no emotion. Imagine you had no emotion. You wouldn't know what love was. Imagine how you'd behave and what you would do in certain situations. You didn't have any emotion. So we know emotions are important. Emotions serve as various things. In my mind, the way I define emotions to a certain extent, they're like a radar, a warning signal to a certain extent, where they're telling you something's wrong. So you might feel anger, jealousy, and sadness, and they're not necessarily bad emotions, because those emotions can spark us into doing stuff. Some of the world's best achievers were sparked by anger and sadness and that sort of stuff. If you look at Martin Luther King, I'm sure, you know, anger sparked him into doing what he did. Mother Teresa, you know, the sadness of when she was in India sparked her to do what she did, no doubt. And obviously I don't know these people before my time, but I can only make the assumption, based on what they went on to do and change the world, that they use their emotion in a positive way. What they didn't do is stay there and feel sorry for themselves. And they did something about it. And we see a lot of people feeling sorry for themselves. They stay in that victim mentality. And life is short. Life passes by really, really quick. And for me, for the most part, it's about us being proactive. And the more positive and upbeat, the more we can experience these wonderful emotions like happiness and love, and we don't need external attribution to experience those emotions. We can do it internally. Then the better place we are in terms of coping strategies and living a wonderful, beautiful life. Because life is short, it's precious, it's a gift. This is it, this is showtime. There's no other you in the world. There'll never be another you, there never has been another you in this genetic form, at least that we know of. And it's about giving it your best shot and doing the very best you can. For me, emotions play a big part in that, and we can regulate an emotion. And of course, life's got challenges. I'm not very wishy-washy. We all go through stuff in life. We'll go through breakups, divorces, job losses, all these things happen. And I guess at the end of the day, they kind of even themselves out. It's 6.5 to 1. Some people suffer a little bit more than others, some more. Some suffer on the extreme end of the spectrum. Some tend to cruise for life. But eventually, challenge will get us all. And it's not the challenge, it's how we react to the challenge which is key. And for me, the peak mental state seminars that I'm doing are about mental aerobics. They're about you training the mind. Because if you don't train the mind is not there to make you happy. The mind is about survival at a primal level. We fight, flight, freeze, and interpret events any way we choose at that point unconsciously. You've got to make an effort. You've got to make a conscious effort to train the brain. And I mentioned earlier, you don't eat one good healthy meal and you're healthy forever. You don't do one training session. You've got to keep at it. You've got to keep doing it. And that's the important thing for me. And the seminar is about learning skills to raise our game. And it's a little bit like years ago when I was working in corporate sector. I still do a lot of corporate work now. When I first went in, this is about 15 years ago, before I Excel of Business, the best-selling book in business. And they said to me, well, we need to improve these KPIs. And I thought, well, what are these KPIs? I didn't even know what they were at the time. And I went home, read them, and they were key performance indicators. When I went back the next day to speak to the director of the company, I said, well, these are good, these are useful. but they're all external attributions, they're all external factors that we can't necessarily control. We can affect them, we can't control them. We can't control whether people buy a product, we can present it in the best possible way. I said one way we want to measure performance is through human performance indicators, HPIs, where let's be enthusiastic, let's be motivated, let's have gratitude and love for our customers, and let's go on every day on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being high if our game head on, and let's focus on the process. And yeah, we'll put the KPIs to one side, a bit like in sport. In football, you've got the league ladder, the ladder for the league, and you can't control the referees, the weather, you can't control whether it's hot or raining or you get a bad decision, you can't control the other team. What you can affect is your own performance, and we see a lot of managers in press conferences take the pressure off players by talking about external factors that impacted the team's performance, because that takes the pressure off the players. I'm sure behind closed doors the managers give the players a good dressing down if they underperform. But the key for me really is not just about giving people a dressing down for underperforming. It's about saying, okay, where can we improve? And the best way to do that is to lead by example. If you're a teacher, a manager, a coach, you go to that emotion first. I've seen a teacher, and they do a fantastic job, and I worked with disadvantaged schools for many years, and I used to work in disadvantaged schools doing education and so on and so forth, but many teachers were literally burnt out. It's really not necessarily just down to them. There's a lot of constraints and a lot of pressure involved, and teachers not an easy job, whatever anyone thinks, and they do and put a lot of effort in. They put a lot more than they're worth. They really do that, really put it in. And at times when you can get burnt out, you go into the classroom and you resign before you begin. It's like, well, they're not motivated anyway. They can't go on that anyway. And you've got to lead by example. So if you've got children and you don't want your children to smoke, then you don't smoke. You want your children to be in shape, then you eat well as well, you train as well. Because they'll generally follow what you do. They may not do, at least you've done the best you can. If you're a teacher, you've got a motivation first. So quick process before we wrap up for this evening, inside the seminars that we're going to be doing. Now, I want you to think of an emotion. Choose an emotion that you love to experience. And this can prove to you that we can internally attribute emotion and feel it. You can choose an emotion, maybe a goal. You've got a goal, and choose an emotion that's linked to a goal. So you might have a goal to be in a relationship, to buy a house, a car, a new career, and choose the emotion you'll experience when you achieve that. Or you might just want to feel an emotion, happiness, love, whatever it might be. Choose the emotion. And as you choose the emotion, you might want to write it down or just lock it into your subconscious mind. Perhaps you'd like to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, really feel the emotion. As you feel the emotion, just become aware of your breathing, your heartbeat, and just let go of any negative thoughts. If you've got any negative thoughts, anything you've got to do, you can even write it down and pick it up if you want in 30 seconds or so. For now, let go, let it disintegrate in the atmosphere, and really draw that wonderful emotion in. Draw it in, and really let that emotion spread through every cell of the body. Spread, and really feel it. Feel the emotion. Whatever the emotion is, be it love, be it happiness, be it joy, really feel it. Really feel it. Let it spread through every cell of the body. Really. And as you let it spread through every cell of the body, just breathe out negative emotion and draw this powerful emotion in. And as you let this emotion spread, feel it. That's what you see. Give it a colour. Give it a sound. And really feel it. Really feel it. And lock it in. And as you lock it in the unconscious mind, you can embed that into the unconscious mind. And gradually, in your own time and your own pace, you can come back into here and now. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys at the seminars. Give us a big high five and stay awesome.